Hello, welcome back to another pen talk. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at an Edison pen. An Edison pen that came into my possession just by the grace of a fellow pen collector who decided it needed a new home. So it's not a pen that I had any familiarity with when I've looked at the pens at the Edison Pen Show. It wasn't one that I looked at per se, but now that I've had some time to spend with it, it's a very interesting pen, and I think it deserves a review. So one of the things that to me is obvious about the pen, let's remove it from its holder, and we make a lot of noise, is it's a very simplistic design, very smooth design. It's an interesting ebonite hard rubber material. It's a very dark green with some black swirls in it, or almost like a ripple design. I got some sunlight, I got some LEDs, so hopefully that's coming across. You know, a cone shape at both ends. So the key thing, this is part of Edison's signature line, so this is sold directly by Edison on the website, or if you happen to run into him at a pen show. Unfortunately, he will not be at the 2018 DC Pen Show due to the changes going on in his manufacturing and new equipment coming in, so that's a shame. We'll miss him. So this is a good size pen. We'll give you those dimensions. You can also look them up on the website. It's a lightweight pen, as a lot of ebonite hard rubber pens are. If you unscrew the cap, I don't think Edison makes a pen that's not an unscrew cap. I may be mistaken, but I'm certain the audience will correct me. It's about 1 3/4 turns to unscrew the cap. And then we have the first thing that I noticed right away is this is kind of a small section. I'd say it's on the small side of sections from my perspective, and that's one of the downsides to a design like this. You also have this large step up, very large step up from these threads into the barrel. And that's due to the fact that in order for this design to work, something has to give dimensionally. You really can't make this material that thin, so that thickness is going to be pretty much dictated there. So that limits what you can do with a section and make everything fit together well. Has a great Edison nib. The Jovo nibs, I'm pretty certain. Branded. It's an extra fine. It's a standard cartridge converter, which is what you would expect. And this is probably eyedroppable, as a lot of Edisons are. You know, Edison makes a great pen. It's extremely well made. It feels great in the hand, and as a lot of people have talked about, nothing really feels like ebonite. It has kind of a warm feel to it. You know, it's interesting because it is in the plastic family. It's a carbon-based material. It's, you know, this is more of a natural base, but, you know, is petroleum natural or not? I don't know. You know, it's made from dead animals, so this is made from the sap of a rubber tree. So one of the things that struck me when I first saw this pen is I recognize that shape. So here we have a pen that is strikingly similar. And those of you that are familiar with pens hopefully recognize it. It's the Namisu Nova. It's a pen I got a while ago. I got it in titanium. I got it in this finish. You know, like Edison, you can go on the Namisu site and spec out within the parameters that they allow you to do materials and nibs and things of that nature. And and get the pen that you feel is best suited for you. But they both have this simplistic design. They both have that conical ends between the cap and the barrel. The Edison one's a little bit more pointy, at least on the barrel end. Edison has a clip where the Nova does not. And as we unscrew them, we'll notice a little bit of a difference that they were able to do because of materials. So the section on the Namasu Nova is a different design. It is also a larger diameter than you have on the Edison. It's about the same length, actually a little bit longer. These are block threads, and the step up is about half the size of the step up on the Edison. And to me, I'm certain that's primarily due to the materials. I mean, the titanium is a much stronger material than the Ebonite. It can be made thinner, so therefore there's more dimension to work with as far as the size of the section, and you can put a different section, a larger section on it. I went for the titanium nib, which I really, really love. And as we move out, you'll see that they're both pretty much a little bit the same length. The Nova is a little bit longer and also weighs substantially more because of the material that it's made out of. You can potentially post the Edison pen and it becomes extremely long. And I'm not a fan. I mean, there's no cap band here at the bottom of the cap, so I would tend to not post this pen. And also you may get marks here from the cap posting. I'm certain that would only happen over a period of time with a long-term use, but it is certainly a potential. So hopefully you've enjoyed kind of a little bit of my dissertation on the design and materials used, and you know how a pen of this minimalistic design, where it's a smooth transition from cap to barrel, lends itself and impacts the designs of other parts of the pens and how they work. So after you've seen these two pens and looked at them and I've discussed their similarities, I have a question for my viewers. Do you consider one pen a knockoff of the other? And why? What I'll say from an editorial viewpoint is if one of these pens was made in China, there would probably be uproar on the fact that it was a knockoff. But the fact that one's made in America and one's made in Scotland, I'm assuming that people are more tolerant of pens that seem to be pretty much copies of one another. I don't know which one came first. My guess would be the Edison design was on the market before the Namasu, but I'm not going to check. I don't know how you'd actually do that. But just throwing out that question, giving you some time to think about it. So as far as length go, this pen fits well in the hand. And as I mentioned, it can be posted, but I'm not going to do that. The section is a little small, but still usable. And the pen is extremely lightweight. In this particular light, in this particular view, this Ebonite shows up quite nicely. And you can see that kind of ripple design. Very beautiful. And the design carries on into how that end of the barrel is done. Kind of reminds you a little bit of a grain in a wood that they could have used to make the pen. Now I see what's going on. With my hand there, it changes the aperture of the camera, letting in more light and letting you appreciate this amazing material. So I haven't used this ink in a while, and I thought it would be appropriate to put into this very nice dark green pen. I mean, this nib is as good as any other Edison nib I've ever used. They fine tune them so when the nib and pen leave their facility, it is tuned to write extremely well, extremely smooth, great flow. This is really a dark ink. Yep. So that's one of the benefits of a pen like this. You can see I picked up a little bit of paper. It's an extra fine nib. Let me get that paper off there. So we'll do this again. It's an extra fine nib. And it has picked up paper before, so you really can't put a lot of pressure on this. It's not a nib that you would put pressure on. It's not going to flex. There's no softness to it. It's hard as a nail. But it doesn't require any pressure to write, so there's no reason to push down on it. It's not a ballpoint. So hopefully you've enjoyed this quick look at a pen. I don't see this material on Brian's website, but I'm certain if you like it, you could ask him about it. And again, these are all custom-made pens, and he can make whatever he has stock on. So thank you for watching. We've reached the end of this video. May you have many great, excellent writing experiences. May they bring joy and pleasure into your life. May they record your thoughts in a way that allows you to share them with others. Enjoy your day. Until next time, bye.